The world watched in shock as news broke of the helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Iran's president and foreign minister. This unexpected tragedy has sent ripples across the globe, shaking the already volatile Middle East and raising concerns about the future of the region. The incident has left a void in Iranian leadership, creating a power vacuum with the potential to further destabilize an already tense geopolitical landscape. Shrouded in mystery, the crash has also sparked speculation and fueled existing tensions between Iran and its regional rivals, as well as the West. The sudden loss of such prominent figures has cast a long shadow over Iran's political future. The president and foreign minister were key figures in navigating Iran's complex relationship with the international community, particularly in the face of stringent sanctions and ongoing nuclear negotiations. Their absence leaves a gaping hole in the country's leadership, raising questions about who will fill the void and how their policies will be carried forward. The tragedy has also exposed the fragility of political stability in the region, serving as a stark reminder of the ever-present potential for sudden shifts in power dynamics. This incident comes at a time of heightened tensions in the Middle East, with various conflicts and proxy wars simmering across the region. Iran, a major player in this complex web of alliances and rivalries, has long been at odds with countries like Saudi Arabia and Israel, as well as the United States. The crash has the potential to exacerbate these tensions, as the transition of power within Iran creates uncertainty and opportunities for miscalculation. It could also embolden Iran's adversaries, who may see this moment of vulnerability as a chance to advance their own interests. In the wake of this tragedy, the world is left grappling with the implications for regional stability and international relations. The crash has cast a dark cloud of uncertainty over the Middle East, raising concerns about the potential for increased conflict and instability. The international community is now faced with the challenge of navigating this new reality and working to prevent further escalation in an already volatile region. As Iran mourns the loss of its leaders and prepares for a new chapter, the world watches with bated breath, hoping for a peaceful transition and a de-escalation of tensions. The Middle East has long been a region plagued by conflict and instability, shaped by a complex interplay of historical grievances, religious divisions, and geopolitical rivalries. From the Arab-Israeli conflict to the ongoing Syrian civil war, the region has been a hotbed of tension and violence for decades. The presence of valuable resources like oil has further fueled competition and conflict, drawing in global powers vying for influence and control. This turbulent history has left deep scars on the region, creating a climate of mistrust and animosity that continues to shape the political landscape today. Within this volatile environment, Iran has emerged as a key player, asserting its influence through a complex network of alliances and proxy forces. The country's revolutionary government, established in 1979, has often been at odds with the West, particularly the United States. This tension has been further exacerbated by Iran's nuclear program, which has drawn international scrutiny and sanctions. Iran's regional ambitions, often viewed as a threat by its neighbors, have also contributed to the escalating tensions in the Middle East. Adding to the complexity of the situation are the deep sectarian divisions within the region, particularly between Sunni and Shia Muslims. These religious differences have often been exploited to fuel conflict and instability, with various actors using sectarianism as a tool to advance their own agendas. The rivalry between Saudi Arabia, a predominantly Sunni nation, and Iran, a Shia-majority country, exemplifies this dynamic, playing out in proxy wars and political maneuvering across the region. This sectarian divide has further complicated the already intricate web of alliances and rivalries that defines the Middle East. The helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Iran's top leaders has occurred against this backdrop of historical turbulence and ongoing conflict. The incident has injected a new level of uncertainty into an already volatile situation, raising concerns about the potential for further escalation and instability. As Iran grapples with the loss of its leaders and navigates the transition of power, the region braces for the potential ripple effects of this tragedy. The world anxiously awaits the unfolding of events, hoping for a peaceful resolution and a path towards stability in this troubled region. The helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Iran's president and foreign minister has sent shockwaves through the nation, leaving the country in a state of mourning and uncertainty. The incident, which occurred under mysterious circumstances, has raised more questions than answers, fueling speculation and conspiracy theories both within Iran and internationally. The Iranian government has launched an investigation into the crash, but details remain scarce, leaving the public hungry for information and closure. The lack of clarity surrounding the incident has only added to the anxiety and confusion gripping the nation. The Iranian people, already grappling with economic hardship and political tensions, are now faced with the sudden loss of their leaders, creating a sense of vulnerability and fear. The absence of concrete information has also allowed rumors and misinformation to spread like wildfire, further destabilizing the situation and creating a climate of distrust. The government's efforts to control the narrative and quell public unrest have been met with mixed success, as skepticism and suspicion continue to simmer beneath the surface. While the Iranian government maintains that the crash was a tragic accident, many both inside and outside the country harbor doubts, pointing to the history of political intrigue and targeted killings in the region. Some speculate that the crash was the result of sabotage, potentially orchestrated by internal rivals or external enemies seeking to destabilize Iran. Others point to the possibility of a technical malfunction, highlighting the age of the helicopter and the challenging mountainous terrain where the incident occurred. The lack of conclusive evidence has only fueled these suspicions, making it difficult to discern the truth from the swirling rumors. The international community has also been closely monitoring the situation, expressing condolences while also seeking clarity on the circumstances surrounding the crash. The tragedy has sparked concern about the potential for instability within Iran and the broader implications for regional security. World leaders have called for a transparent investigation and a peaceful transition of power within Iran, emphasizing the need to avoid further escalation and conflict. As the investigation unfolds, the world watches with bated breath, hoping for answers and a path towards stability in the wake of this devastating event. Section 4. Power Vacuum: The Struggle for Control. The sudden demise of Iran's president and foreign minister has created a significant power vacuum within the country, setting the stage for a potentially turbulent power struggle. With the two most prominent figures in the Iranian leadership gone, various factions within the government are vying for control, each seeking to shape the country's future according to their own vision. This internal jostling for power has the potential to destabilize Iran further, creating uncertainty and anxiety both within the country and on the international stage. The Iranian political landscape is a complex web of competing interests, with various factions representing different ideological and political viewpoints. The conservative hardliners, often associated with the Revolutionary Guard, have long held significant influence, advocating for a strict interpretation of Islamic law and a confrontational stance towards the West. On the other hand, more moderate factions, often associated with the clerical establishment, have favored a more pragmatic approach, seeking to engage with the international community and ease economic sanctions. The loss of the president and foreign minister has disrupted the delicate balance between these groups, potentially emboldening the hardliners and making it more challenging to pursue a moderate path. The struggle for control is also playing out within the institutions of government, with various figures jockeying for position and influence. The Assembly of Experts, a body of clerics responsible for choosing the supreme leader, will play a crucial role in determining the direction of the country. The Guardian Council, a powerful body tasked with vetting candidates for political office, will also exert significant influence over the selection of the next president. The outcome of these internal power struggles will have profound implications for Iran's domestic and foreign policy, shaping the country's trajectory for years to come. The international community is watching this power struggle with a mix of apprehension and cautious optimism. The hope is that a smooth transition of power can be achieved, avoiding further instability and conflict. However, the possibility of a more hardline faction gaining control raises concerns about a more confrontational foreign policy, potentially leading to increased tensions with the West and regional rivals. The world is holding its breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution to the power struggle and a continuation of efforts towards diplomacy and de-escalation in the region. The stakes are high, and the outcome of this internal power struggle will have significant ramifications for global stability and security. Section 5. A world on edge uncertainty grips global politics. The tragic helicopter crash in Iran, claiming the lives of the president and foreign minister, has reverberated across the global political landscape, injecting a new layer of uncertainty and anxiety into an already complex world. The incident has raised concerns about the potential for instability in the Middle East, a region already grappling with numerous conflicts and simmering tensions. World leaders are grappling with the implications of this event, seeking to navigate the shifting power dynamics and prevent further escalation in an already volatile region. The crash has cast a long shadow over ongoing diplomatic efforts, particularly the delicate negotiations surrounding Iran's nuclear program. The loss of the president and foreign minister, both key figures in those negotiations, has created a void in Iran's diplomatic corps, raising questions about the future direction of these talks. The uncertainty surrounding the transition of power in Tehran has also made it more challenging for international partners to gauge Iran's intentions and willingness to engage in constructive dialogue. The tragedy has also fueled existing geopolitical rivalries, particularly between Iran and its regional adversaries like Saudi Arabia and Israel. The possibility of a more hardline faction gaining control in Tehran has raised concerns about a more assertive Iranian foreign policy, potentially leading to increased tensions and proxy conflicts across the Middle East. The United States, long wary of Iran's regional ambitions and nuclear program, is also closely monitoring the situation, seeking to assess the implications for its own strategic interests in the region. The international community is faced with the daunting task of navigating this new reality, working to prevent further escalation and promote stability in the Middle East. Diplomatic efforts are being intensified, with world leaders engaging in dialogue and seeking to build consensus on a path forward. The focus is on encouraging a peaceful transition of power within Iran, supporting efforts towards de-escalation, and reviving diplomatic channels to address critical issues like the Iranian nuclear program. The world watches with bated breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution to this crisis and a return to stability in a region crucial to global security and prosperity.